The July 6, 2026 City Council Work Session is hereby called to order. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, council members, Ms. Warrior, staff, Forest Park residents, and guests. This is the roll call for the City Council Work Session meeting for Monday, July 6th, 2026. Mayor Ellison. Here. Councilmember James.
Present.
Councilmember Gunn. Councilmember Gutierrez. Councilmember Akins Wells.
Here.
Councilmember Mayor. Mayor Ellison, you have a quorum.
For tonight's agenda, is there anything the governing body wishes to add or delete? If not, is there a motion to accept the agenda as printed? So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We'll proceed to the first item. Request for items to be placed on the consent agenda during the regular session meeting. Is there any discussion? Is there a motion to approve that request? So moved.
This question, Madam Mayor, will we be able to discuss the items in work session? Will approve it for the regular meeting?
Doing the consent agenda.
Okay.
Is there any discussion at this point? Public Works,
Mayor,
IT?
so the discussion would occur now if it has to be unanimous to be placed on consent agenda. And generally there isn't discussion if it's on consent.
So would Public Works like to present the background and history?
Good evening, Mayor,
Good.
City
evening.
Council. Ms. Warrior, I bring to you tonight a request for surplus items to be disposed of. That includes unused police equipment from vehicles that were surplus. They were taken out of their vehicles and they're just sitting there. Unused furniture that other departments will not use. I mean, stuff like chairs and cabinets and file cabinets. And then yeah, that kind of stuff right now is just accumulating in numerous areas within the city just for storage.
Any questions?
Yeah, so the picture that we got of this, where is this at? Like, there's a picture of the truck and like.
Those are
this-
truck beds. Previously, when those vehicles were purchased, the beds were swapped out for truck beds that could be utilized within the city. Those were just sitting there. They don't have any use unless they're going to put them back on the same vehicle that we're already using with the modified beds that were put out there.
So is this like stored on Public Works property?
Yes.
Like, oh, wow. That's really tragic. That's all the questions I actually had.
Any other questions?
Second.
All right. Leave me alone. Okay, thank you. Item number 2, council approval of hardware refresh purchase.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So this would just be part of our annual refresh. We try to target 25% of our computers being refreshed every year, so that on the 5th year, we start back over with that initial group. So none of our computers go longer than 5 years in age. So this is just part of that budgeted item, but due to the amount, it needs to come before Mayor and Council for approval.
And so question I have, Madam Mayor, is Director Cox, is after the 5 year, the old computers, will they be like put out like we did before?
They will
for-
go to surplus and we'll bring that to mayor and council asking for direction and we'll make a recommendation. If there's usable life left, we'll ask for y'all to provide a place to donate it or whatever you want to be done with it. This will be the first year we are recycling computers that we replaced when I first came here that are actually, in pretty decent shape, not 15 years old. So this will be the first year we'll probably have some hardware that we worth donating to an organization.
Okay. Awesome.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. New business?
Hold on,
Council,
hold on, Madam Mayor. I think we can call for the question now. We had the discussion to put it on the consent agenda.
so is there a motion to,
Well, all in favor would be.
you already made the motion?
Yeah, the motion was made, I think Councilwoman Wells, and second by Councilman Hector.
All in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. New business, council consideration to enter into a contract with NCB Incorporated for grant administration and management services.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, and Chief of Staff. Procurement sought proposals from qualified and experienced firms to provide us comprehensive grant administration and management services. And we did receive 8 proposals through that RFP, request for proposal process. And after the thorough evaluation of the technical and cost proposals by the evaluation committee, we came to a highest scoring proposer, which is NCB Incorporated, to provide these consulting services for us for grant management and administration services.
Have any questions?
And the other thing is we have it in here to grant the contract for 80,000. And it's going to be used out of the general fund, which is the consulting services fund, not the 2021 SPOS funds.
Okay, so we currently, so this is gonna be someone that's gonna write the grants and manage them, but we don't have a grant writer already?
No, ma'am.
No. Question?
My question is this a flat rate or if comes out like a percentage out of the grants that they receive or no, we're paying 80,000 if they get grants or they don't?
No, we're not. We're paying based off an hourly rate. So as they come with any grants that would be feasible for the city to go out for, then they will submit us also a quote for that particular project and what that hourly rate equates to for the number of hours that it would take them to go through that grant process.
Okay, so we're paying like, I guess for the time worked on the grant regardless if we receive it or not.
Correct.
Thank you.
I'm so confused right now. I'm sorry, you can go ahead, Council.
No, I think we're really gonna piggyback on what you were leading up to, because the one question I would have is, will we be able to end the contract at any time? Will we be obligated to continue the contract? Because as Councilwoman Wells was saying, we did have a position that was for grant, to receive grants or for someone to look for grants. And I do believe in different departments, we have people that look for grants within their own department as well. But I believe we did have that. We did have I think it was called business management or business analyst position that we had, and that was changed over by the previous city manager. And so I would hope when the new city manager comes in, we have an opportunity to kind of express what our concerns may be with, having to have an outside grant writer.
Yes, and it is an as needed contract is what it would be. So it'll only be services that we ask them to do for us.
Comment from Chief of Staff?
Absolutely. Just for clarity, there was the assumption of that functionality under the Planning and Community Development Department. And then, of course, as has been stated, there is, or there are grant management opportunities that exist with the departments. This is an opportunity to centralize that. And as the procurement officer has said, this also will allow us to be more responsive to grants because it allows that focus primarily to be on that.
Thank you. I think I'm good with that. I would prefer in the future to have our own grant writer, but I guess we can, for now, we can do this until the new city manager arrives. So you said, you mentioned that it's an as needed service, so we don't, if we get somebody in the future, we don't have any contract or anything tying us down to this company.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do we have any contract or anything tying us down with a minimum usage of any type with this company?
No, there's not a minimum usage that's going to be stated in the contract.
Thank you.
And the solicitation was put out on an as needed basis for the services.
Hello. So this is the $80,000 is revenues coming out of the SPLOT funds.
No, it's going to come out of the general fund
The
and the
general fund.
finance line item of consulting services. So saying we was changing it from what it said on 2021 SPLOS.
And just to add a little bit more clarity, this was an initiative that was recommended by the performance and operations audit that was conducted before, that this come out of the finance department and be managed as such.
Okay, I mean, it's completely up to what you all want to do, but I just was under the assumption that we already had this, and if we've been going this long without a contract and without someone, handling grants or applying for grants on our behalf, then I think we should wait till the new city manager come and then like you said, see where it goes from there. I just don't agree with going into contract with someone to do services, and we already have a position created for that. To me, that's like a waste of money. I mean, we haven't done in all of this time, so I think we can wait a couple more weeks until the new city manager comes. Whatever you all would like to do.
One thing this grant, the grant proposal will do, it allows them to seek grants. That's a full-time job, more than a full-time job, to go out there and seek grants for all departments. And that's the advantage of having the grants being consolidated into one area versus I'm looking for something for literacy and you're looking for something for sports equipment, or you're looking for something for playgrounds. And then this particular group could actually bring all that to under one umbrella, and they do nothing but that. And they research them, because there's a lot of grants that I know we've been missing because we haven't had the time to do it.
Right, so what happens to like, say for instance, if the police department has someone that manages grants, and what happens to their position? Like, what happens to the other people that are doing the same thing in other departments? Like, there's already people that are doing that, right?
Well, just for a point of clarity, the grants management capacity is being fulfilled by people who are doing their regular jobs, and that's added to it. So what this does is to help centralize the functionality of it all, because it not only includes the grants writing and the grants research, but it also includes all of the follow-up. all of the statutory requirements, all of the federal requirements. So if I were to share an example for the congressionally directed spending, federal funding that we were looking at collectively, we pulled in representatives from different departments to be able to work on that. So there were representatives from Public Works, from, I'm looking around, economic development, finance, planning, and community development. And it allowed us to be able to spread the expertise and to be able to work solely with the congressional office. In this case, there were two offices congressionally that we sought to seek funding from. One was Congressman John Ossoff, and the other was Senator Raphael Warnock. And so what we have done in order to utilize the human capital that we do have is to allow everybody to come together. And we've had exploratory discussions, we've had research meetings, we've had a number of engagements with those congressional points of contact. And it does consume a lot of time, so it's an extra, and extra's fine, but this would allow us to have a centralized point of contact, and this would be on an as-needed basis.
So I have,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have a question. So, I do know that, I can't call the young lady name. She deals with the community aspects with the fire department. I do know that Public Works, and I'm leading back to, the federal fundings that did come, from, what we just, saw take place. But those persons in each department were able to put in applications and they did obtain some of the grants. So with this company here, and I'm hearing as needed, how many departments we have in the city? We got 10 departments. Let's say we have 4 departments that are now seeking grants. So 4 departments would be able to basically work or give a proposal or projections of a grant potentially. And I'm hearing as needed, I'm hearing hourly. And so the people who are already taking advantage or who have the insight and knowledge and understanding how to do this in different departments, now it would alleviate your saying time with them. And this one company who's gonna be charged hourly, how is that going to work and be feasible financially for us? Out of 10 departments, 4 would need them to grab grants. So what would that look like at this point?
Well, it'll definitely open us up to find out about more grants that we're not aware of. I think the grants that we currently have, those are CDBG, ALMEG. I think police do have that one grant that they get every year, but we're trying to grow our portfolio financially. And so we want to do that by bringing the funds in through grant opportunities.
Okay.
So,
So,
oh, go.
So I'm at this phase, I'm going to piggyback off of Councilwoman Wells. I think this is awesome. A little extra mayonnaise don't hurt folks who want it, on the sandwiches and stuff. But at this point, I'm going to align myself with, I want to wait for the city manager to come, to lay his eyeballs on this and look at a lot of these projections that we want to move forward with. I'm not saying no, but I just want to wait at this time. Is we need to expedite this like today, or is it something that could be tabled for about 2-3 weeks?
Yes, it can be. And I'll reach back out to the proposed winner to see if they would definitely make sure that their prices be held to that time.
All right.
Yes, I would be in favor of tabling it, again, just so the city manager can take a look at it, because I'm just confused. Like, I really thought Ms. Warrior was that person, like, I really did. When the home grant and that, that came up, I just thought when the old previous city manager mentioned this position to us, that was something that he mentioned. And so I would just like to give the new city manager an opportunity to take a look at everything overall. So I would be in favor of tabling it if that's what's the pleasure of the council.
Madam Mayor, and one last comment I would say too is if it's brought back to us, I would definitely want to make sure that we understand the financial impact, because it's misleading to put that it's something that's part of Splash, and that it's budgeted for, and that's not accurate. So I want to make sure when it comes back to us that we are accurately knowing where the funding is going to be coming from.
The SPOS funds was put down because a lot of the grants with the Star Park project and the new city complex, we definitely want this consultant to come in and identify grants that will help us pay for those big projects. And so if they are successful in getting those grants and they're tied directly to those SPOS projects, then SPOS funds should be able to be used for that. That is something that legal is also looking into, just to confirm that that is the case. So that's why the SPOS funds account was put down originally.
For all the grants that we're looking for, we're only looking for splash projects.
Our general response, and so was trying to see if there was any exception, but generally SPOS funds could not be used for this purpose because there's a specific list of projects that are approved by the voters each SPOS cycle. And grant seeking is not one of them. It's a little tenuous. It's more of like an indirect benefit than a direct benefit to these SPOS projects. And so our recommendation is to use another funding source, but if the city's adamant on using SPOS funds, then we can continue, researching that avenue.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you so much. Next item. Council consideration to approval to enter into a contract with Onyx Media Services for audio production services, Recreation and Leisure Department.
Yes, good evening again. Procurement collaborated with Recreation and Leisure, as well as the council aides with the legislative office to seek proposals from qualified firms to provide professional audio production services for our outdoor events at Star Park. And we did receive 5 proposals. And after thorough evaluation of the technical and the cost proposals by the evaluation committee, we're looking to request an award to Onyx Media Services. And that'll be coming from the general fund out of the special events through the Recreation and Leisure Department.
This is not it's not the company we had last year. Praise God.
No, ma'am. You guys did not want to do the last renewal, so this is a new solicitation and a new award with a new firm.
What's the difference in the pricing from last year to this?
Pricing did go up across the board, but the cost, and we did a best and final offer with this proposal. So they did go down a little bit on their event cost to $7,000 per event, but that includes everything from setup, personnel, equipment, generators, breakdown, all of that.
So I know when we discussed this previously, I can't remember, maybe one of you all remember, like getting our own equipment, because I mean, it's a lot of money, you know, and to me, and I know the city had equipment before. To me, it would make sense to invest in that versus paying $91,000 to a company, but, so I just wanted to see if we ever looked into that, and what that cost came up to be, because I know that was something that we were discussing as well.
I know Director Maxwell can't be here today, but I know that he did look into that, but he said also in not just purchasing the equipment, but there's also cost associated with the maintaining of the equipment and then personnel to be able to set it up and break it down and things of that nature. So when you cumulatively add all of that up, it's most cost effective to have it as an outside service.
Thank you.
If I'm not mistaken, one of the things he was saying, we would have to have a technician to be able to run those boards with equipment and everything. I do remember that part. So, I remember, yeah. So I remember the conversation, but I remember that aspects also of another body on staff being to handle that.
Yeah, I know also since the space is not built yet, I know we wanted to bring the new equipment with the new, once everything's done. So I remember that.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay, that's the last item on the work session. Is there a motion to recess the work session and enter into executive session for the purpose of personnel, litigation, real estate, or cybersecurity?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Motion's carried. We will be moving into the executive session. session and reconvene the work session.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. The July 6, 2026 City Council regular session meeting is hereby called to order. Tonight's invocation will be delivered by Dr. Wanda Miller, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. All stand who are able.
Let us pray. Father, we come before you right now to say thank you for today's activities. Thank you, Lord, for your graciousness and your kindness and your mercy over us. Thank you, Lord God, for giving us the ability to come and to work together and to do the things that you want done in this city. Father, we ask that you would allow those that are working, those that are on the council, the mayor, and all, Lord, that have a hand to play and a role to play, that we would be able to be effective in all that we do. This we ask, oh Lord God, in Jesus' name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, council members, Warrior, staff, Forest Park, residents, and guests. This is the roll call for the City Council regular session meeting, Monday, July 6, 2026. Mayor Ellison. Here. Councilmember James.
Present.
Councilmember Gunn. Here. Councilmember Gutierrez.
Present.
Councilmember Akins Wells.
Here.
Councilmember Mears.
Here.
Mayor Ellison, you have a quorum.
First, we'll have the adoption of the consent agenda, I believe. Let's see, is there anything in the governing body wishes to add or delete?
I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The adoption of the agenda with any additions or deletions for tonight's agenda, is there anything the governing body wishes to add or delete?
I would like to recommend we remove item 4, replace item 4 to the bottom of the agenda.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The motion carries. Have the approval of the minutes. Are there any recommended changes to the minutes for the work session meeting minutes of June 15, 2026, regular session meeting minutes of June 15, 2026, or the special call meeting of June 25, 2026?
I make a motion that we group all together and approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve all 3 minutes have been approved. The motion is passed. Okay, next we will have a proclamation for the Parks and Rec. Hey, guys. Hey, gotta look up there. How you doing? I'm good. Okay.
Get ready. Over you, over her.
Hey, thank you. The big guy. Uh-oh. Look at you. Spank her hands. Proclamation. Whereas Parks and Recreation is an integral part of communities throughout this country, including the city of Forest Park, and whereas Parks and Recreation activities promote health and wellness, improving the physical and mental health of people who live near parks, time spent in nature, which positively impacts mental health by increasing cognitive performance and well-being, and alleviating illnesses such as depression, attention deficit disorders, and Alzheimer's. And whereas Parks and Recreation activities encourage physical activity by providing spaces for popular sports, hiking trails, swimming pools, and other opportunities that support active lifestyles. And whereas Parks and Recreation is a leading provider of healthy meals, nutrition services, and education programming and education activities, such as out-of-school time programming, youth sports, and environmental education, and are critical to the childhood development. And whereas Park and Recreation's activities increase a community's economic prosperity through increased property values, expansion of the local tax base, increased tourism, the attraction and retention of businesses, crime reduction, and is fundamental to the environmental well-being of our community. And whereas Parks and Recreation is an essential and adaptable infrastructure that makes our communities resilient in the face of natural disasters and climate change. Our parks and natural recreation areas ensure the ecological beauty of our community and provide a place for children and adults to connect with nature and recreate outdoors. And whereas the U.S. House of Representatives has designated July as Parks and Recreation Month, and whereas the City of Forest Park recognizes the benefits derived from parks and recreation resources. Now therefore be it proclaimed, the Forest Park governing body hereby proclaims the month of July as Park and Recreation Month in the great city of Forest Park. And we acknowledge the importance of parks and recreation and the benefit it provides to the people we serve. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set our hand on this 6th day of July, 2026, and have caused the official seal of the great city of Forest Park to be affixed hereto. Congratulations.
I'm gonna get it. All right, I'm pretty probably at 1, 2. Nice, thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, thank y'all so much.
Real good.
Thank you. Next on our agenda is the city clerk's report.
Good evening. Thank you, Madam Mayor. I wanted to bring everyone's attention to yet another special election that we are having for U.S. House Georgia 13th Congressional District. Early voting is underway now, beginning July 6th through July 24th, with Election Day on Tuesday, July 28th. There are 4 locations for early voting. for this particular special election. They're listed there. We can also place those on our website and our Facebook page for you to be able to see. And please remember that on election day, you can only vote at your assigned polling location. And please visit my voter page at mvp.sos.ga.gov in order to see where it is that you are assigned to vote. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Next item is the city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor Ellison, Mayor and members of council. I'm pleased to provide the city manager's report in Chief Clemens's absence as the interim city manager. I would like to provide an official administrative update regarding our ongoing executive recruitment process for a permanent city manager. As the governing body and our community are all aware, the city has been deeply committed to partnering with the Sumter local government consulting firm that was retained last December to conduct a national search to secure our next city manager. The search focused on the candidate with a proven track record in fiscal stewardship, which really equates to managing complex budgets and diverse revenue streams. Also, organizational resilience in leading a high-performing workforce through leadership transitions, and then, of course, community trust, which lends itself to strengthening the relationship between the governing body, the city staff, and public and private sector citizen stakeholders. So this is just a brief timeline. The city attorney reviewed the executive search agreement to ensure the contract was legally vetted for signature, and our city procurement officer executed an award letter with the notice to proceed back in December, following the approval of the governing body on December 15th last year. The kickoff meeting was facilitated with the Sumter firm, Human Resources and Procurement, back on January 6th to confirm the expectations and align on necessary pertinent items required to transfer data and build the candidate profile. Then back in January, there was city engagement between the Sumter firm, the city attorney, the city's executive leadership team, as well as the city council and mayor. Working in tandem with the Human Resources Director, all pertinent resources were provided to Sumter again in January. And then the strategic integration outline was crafted. And Mr. Virgil, if you don't mind projecting that, it would be helpful. This just illustrates for you where we are since we were able to begin this process for official recruitment. And so we began March 2nd with the governing body's approval of the recruitment profile. We launched the search for candidate sourcing back on March 4th. We began with initial resume reviews of candidates who indicated interest in the position, along with identifying semifinalist candidates back on March 13th. And then the presentation of candidates for review, which included the semifinalist summary report and on-site collaboration, which yielded 5 semifinalists, happened by the end of May, specifically on May 28th. Candidate interviews with the governing body were facilitated first in a group format on June 5th, and then on June 12th, they were done individually. Through the executive session, there was a selection of the semifinalists back on June 16th and again on June 19th. The semifinalists, of which there were initially 5, formally withdrew their candidacy on June 19th, and a sole finalist was confirmed. Following that, our city attorney reviewed and signed off on the release of the sole finalist back on June 21st. And then we entered into the statutory compliance requirement for the mandatory 14-day public website posting through the facilitation of our PIO or Public Information Officer on June 22nd. Through the facilitation of our city clerk, then the legal organ print advertisement was published on June 24th. And so here we are on Monday, July 6th. And we are anticipating that at the conclusion of this body's meeting, that we are respectfully hopeful that the council would have a final vote and appointment of the sole finalist. From that point, we would issue a formal press release tomorrow, and the anticipated start date of the sole finalist for a new permanent city manager would take place on July 20th. And so I have one more item that I want to share. And respectfully, we accepted the resignation today of one of our executive leadership team members, the Public Works Director, Mr. Alton Matthews, resigned from the city today. And so I wanted, of course, respectfully to salute him for his time, for his treasure and his talent that he has offered to contributing to the success of the city's operations, and also wanted to make this body and the public aware that he has already decided to work with the Deputy Director, Mr. Marvin Hines, who is here with us today, to ensure that there is effective continuity of operations in that department. So I'd like to salute you, Mr. Matthews, for job well done. That concludes the city manager's report.
Thank you so much. Lots of good information. Okay, at this point, we will accept the public comments. Madam Clerk, please read the rules of procedures and their decorum.
Section 2.17, Rules of Procedure and Decorum. Comments will be limited to a total of 3 minutes per speaker. 21 minutes are allotted in total. Members of the public are not allowed to participate in any debate or discussion conducted by the governing body members. All public comments must be limited to matters on the agenda or over which the governing body has jurisdiction. Matters outside the jurisdiction of the governing body include, but are not limited to, personnel matters such as disciplinary proceedings, grievances, evaluations, or pending appeals. Personnel matters are administrative in nature and shall be addressed via the city's established administrative policies and procedures. Each speaker must maintain a decorous demeanor and refrain from personal attacks upon members of the governing bodies or employees, shouting and using obscene language. All questions and comments shall be directed to the presiding officer. Members of the governing body may respond to the comments during their closing comments if they desire. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Our first public comment is from Dr. LaWanda Falami.
Good evening, governing body. I come before you because I just heard the sad news of our director turning his resignation. I'm very sorry to hear that. To me, it's a sad day because when I looked at it, we had one of the best of the best that was able to lead our city in public works in the format of which we was looking to go. We had a lot of routes that was running out in our streets on his first or second day, he gave a strategy to remove it. So, Mr. Maxwell, I'm very sorry that you turned in your resignation. I wish I had known I would try to talk you out of it. But nevertheless, moving on because God's time is the right time. I want to come before you in reference to June 25th, and it was in reference to our special call meeting. I came before the governing body to discuss about our budget closeout. I brought up something that I thought was very interesting after the administration had said that we would not have any new position coming in within our budget time. Neither here or there. I look at where we had given to the general public, we had 44,263,641. Plus, we had the verbiage two, TO, 44,236. I think it was like, I want to make 65. I'll just put it like that. But anyway, that verbiage from having 44,263,000 with the word two, that means that's a range. Now, on June the 25th, we had a budget, came before us, said that it would be 46,439,729. I want to know where we find these other millions from. That's a big gap, and we should question where was this money in the time of when it was supposedly to be closing out our budget. And this not to attack our finance. This is my interest because I read. You sent out a budget with 264 pages. Believe me, I read everyone. Madam Chairman, I have a special privilege. Get this out, this money.
Go ahead.
Thank you. And I like to know for the concerned city, where did these other million come from? We're saying that, I will give you time, but we had also general funds that did not increase nor change, it stayed the same. I stayed here at that 9 o'clock special call meeting because I wanted to speak with my direct city council, which I did make contact with him and our deputy chief. During the time me going to them, I had a worker to pass me and bump up to me and say to me, and I'm talking about, let me see what's her name, Vanessa Holiday, said to me, I never told you my salary. But because I knew which way I was going, I just knew she was in my space because I smelled her breath. So anytime you that close that people can smell your aroma like that, and I'm a citizen, I'm gonna ask questions, I'm gonna make comment. But when I see you getting too close to my space, I'm going to address it. That's why I'm gonna drop it in a minute. We pay to have public service here for you all, but we also pay for public service to protect us when we are being judged or attacked by one of you all. Sometimes it's not us, it's you. And I want that in a minute because I did talk to my attorney on how do I deal with incident like this. And many of you all know I will go get a lawyer. Now, let me move on. I want to give a special shout out to code enforcement. We've really been busy in the city with good news. And my shout out goes to Ms. Bivens, Ms. Scott, Mr. Webb, and the Latina gentleman who left. I did not know he had left until last week. This team worked diligent with our north side, which is across the track, with getting some things back in Prosperity. I can't stay that long. I did also get a chance to look at planning, what she had asked that she needed for planning. I think that is more likely to be asked in our budget. The police department, I saw that. and I saw the new proposal from the clerk's office. I got a problem with coming through the back door on me. I'm a reader. I'm a concerned citizen. And just for the record, everybody to the left and to the end of this aisle here are concerned citizens. We make this room worse. So if you take us out the equation, you won't have a job. Madam Chair, I yield my time. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next public comment is from Justin Cook.
Thank you. Greetings, Mayor and City Council. I'm standing behind on here in behalf of the Forest Park Mentors Association. We just want to invite you guys out to our annual revival. It's going to be taking place Thursday and Friday, July 23rd and 24th at 7 p.m. The theme is it's time for a reset. Hey, man, we know we're about a halfway through the year and some things have taken place. And sometime in the busyness of life, we can lose track of the things we need to be focusing on and keeping our eyes on. So we want to encourage you guys, if you can, city as well, you're invited out. That's going to be Thursday, the 23rd and 24th at 7 p.m. at Living Word Church of God in Christ right here in Forest Park. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Madam Clerk?
because there was an accusation made against me, I feel like it's only proper for me to respond.
Yes, ma'am.
For the record, I did not bump into any citizen here, not you, Dr. Palami. What I asked Dr. Palami after that was, that's interesting that you were able to recite my salary because it has never been published to the public. That is what I asked. I did not bump into you. That is simply what I said. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, do I get to say something?
Oh, no, we're done. Yes, you can.
That's
Citizen,
I know you will.
I would like to say that I never quoted your salary.
yes, you did.
Okay, that's enough.
You have a great salary. You
Point of order.
You go back and play the tape, the film. Okay.
Thank you.
That.
That's the end of the public comments. We're on to the consent agenda.
I make a motion that we approve.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
New business? I believe we decided to table this number 5.
It moves to the end.
No,
We're
number,
going to number 5.
yeah, that's what I'm
Oh.
saying, number 5. I think.
We'll have to take the motion.
Okay, someone make a motion? I think we discussed it in work session.
I'll make a motion that we table this item.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next item, number 6. Council's consideration to approve the contract for Onyx Media Services for the audio production services.
I make a motion we approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, any opposed? The motion passes. All right, so now item 4, that we move to the end of the session.
Yes. I'll make a motion that we appoint Carl Gefton as the city manager for the city of Forest Park effective July 20th.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
In
Aye.
discussion,
Oh,
what we gonna talk about I thought we were waiting on something else.
We got the answer.
Oh, okay. Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Yeah. Okay, and make a note of that is July 20th instead of July 13th.
Mr. Cardy, do we make the motion now? Okay, so the motion is to approve the settlement and mutual release agreement with James Barton to dismiss civil action 202 CV 0628.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. The next item will be the closing comments by the governing body. We start with Ms. James.
Me? Okay.
Yes, number one.
So first of all, I want to say, I am very saddened, but to see, Director Matthews go. But, I do understand, and I want to publicly thank you for your service to us. I know you have a couple of more weeks, I think, with us, so, thank you so much, for what you have done for our city. I want to remind everyone that this Thursday is the ward meeting. Thank you for putting it up. It is a meeting that I host every third Thursday, and I'm going to be collaborating one of these days with Councilwoman Gunn to do a quarterly with you, right? At some point, you have to give me the date. We'll come together for a ward meeting to include 1 and 2. But that is at the Hartsville Community Center at 696 Main Street. Oh, you know what? I may have to cancel that. Y'all hold on to that because we do have something coming up. Gifts at the park. Christmas in July. Christmas in July is next week. And I need volunteers as early as July 15th, starting at 7:30 a.m. So if you are available, come on out to Forest Park High School. We will have the registration open for a couple of more days. We are talking about brand new items from bedding, house goods, baby clothes, baby supplies, clothing, arts and crafts, and more. Completely free. I do want to acknowledge some of my community partners, especially Helping Hands Ending Hunger. Of course, Forest Park High School, Clayton County Public Schools through Ms. Victoria Williams, the Forest Park High School PTSA. I also want to acknowledge the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta Airport, some companies there, Swissport Cargo Services, Hudson. I want to acknowledge some companies over at the Gillum Logistics Center, TPA Group, and HITT. And also want to acknowledge, let me get all of these here. And they probably don't even know this because they've contributed before. Price Skills, Piper Sandler, Denmark Ashby Matricardi, New Vision Christian Church, T-Shirt King, Technique Concrete, Miss Jerry's Cafe, Falcon and Design. And I believe I have everyone. If I did not call you, I will have a gift bag for everyone that will acknowledge all of those that have contributed. This is going to be a huge event. We have about 280 people already signed up. We really don't want to have anything left over. We want to try to give everything away, but if we don't, we will be donating those items, first off to the Rock Church of Atlanta in Forest Park. I always got to put that in there, as well as someone recommended Hearts to Nourish Hope. If the only thing I require is that you have to be able to pick up the items because we have to get everything cleaned out of the gym on that Saturday, the 18th. We have to leave the gym the way we found it on the 14th. And that's all I have to say. Thank you all.
Good evening, everybody. For the most part, I want everybody to understand that every person up here on this platform here carries a 9 to 5. We carry a 9 to 5. And we are very codependent upon every department that is positioned in this city. Public Works as an example. I have bugged, the director, Mr. Matthews so many times, Director Tariq, I forgot my other colleague that works in Public Works, Miss Lydia. Miss Lydia. And so, anytime that we come up here and we have initiatives, we want to do these fabulous, projects or, Fun Friday, Perspectives, Wells is going to light up the summer with, her, partying and everything for the city and other cities. We are so codependent upon the park department heads because we work a 9 to 5. We are not in the city 8 hours a day. And so with that being said, is if I want to, build a doghouse, I'm gonna go to, Public Works. I'm gonna, beg, our finance department to find some money for me. I'm going to be, calling and codependent upon our procurement department. And so I'm just setting this stage right here because over the course of this week, I have been highly upset with an initiative that I was presented to by one of my residents in Ward 2. And if any of you guys, have been coming here, since last year, you would know I had made a statement that NASA had reached out and they wanted to present a mural in my ward because the resident was connected to them. So there's 3 parts that I wanted to deal with them. I wanted some money. I want them to cut a check. It's NASA. I want them to connect with the school system. Also, Public Works didn't even know I was going to be bugging them to do some initiatives to get things off. And also, I went to our economic department because economic development department. This person oversees and knows aspects of things I don't know when it comes to the buildings in this community. And so I'm upset to find out that our director of economic development has taken the initiative of a project that was presented to me that I included my council aides with and went to the URA board as I asked, find out that building. I wanted to have us to have this nice, beautiful thing on the grapevine. And so she did that part, but what she failed to do was let everybody know that this was a project that city councilwoman was presented to. I have never had one of you guys take credit for something that I have presented here. And I feel slighted. I feel like you manipulated. You went to the URA board. You gave your presentation.
Point of order, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Councilwoman.
Well, so let me finish because I'm on the roll.
No, I see.
And I'm gonna tell you, I was so frustrated that I had to call several of our leaders here. And I'm just upset because there is no way something that was presented and my name is left out of it. And not only that, you even had the representatives that come here and present pictures and you wouldn't even give me a phone call on my council aides to include me in the initiative. And I know I've been asking you, what is the date? Where are we in the midst of this?
I'm sorry. Again, Councilwoman Gunn, point of order. I just want to make sure. No, I get it. I totally get it. I'm just trying to make sure we are in the right setting for that. Like, I just wanted a point of order
I'm
from
upset about
the
it.
attorney to make sure, like, because I think this is something that we should discuss. You all should discuss together, or it's something that should be discussed in executive session. So I'm
gonna follow lead. I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna listen to wisdom. But I want the city of Forest Park to know I am upset because I never would have thought somebody that's supposed to assist us, that we work side by side, to come in and do something like that. That's heartbreaking. I would never do that to none of you guys here. I really love you guys. I appreciate what y'all do. You guys do stuff I cannot do. You have the education, the insight, the foresight, the wisdom, the depth, the understanding that I don't have. And I'm codependent upon you. But when somebody does something like that to you,
Councilwoman
I'm
Gunn?
sorry.
Do you have any good things here?
I can't remember my events. I've been wind up for a couple of days. behind this. I hear you, Wells.
Follow that up. We'll try. USA plays today. Make sure y'all stay up with the FIFA tournament. So hopefully we get a win in that. Uh, best luck on your endeavors, Director Matthews. We're gonna miss you, man. Good luck. And yeah, we we have our beautification committee initiative for the park. You can adopt the road. So if anybody wants to put their name on something, their organization, the requirements are you got to upkeep the way or the street, the drive, whatever you prefer to choose. And we'll put a nice sign there for you and give you credit for it. Welcome back, Pastor Mike. I've been keeping up with your adventures. So I was happy to see Forest Park represented. You sharing the blessings everywhere. So we got our Food Truck Friday event. We're going to do a watch party, of course, with the spirit of FIFA. Y'all have seen Forest Park has done some watch parties already. I got a awesome shirt. I don't know whose idea that was. I don't want to give credit to somebody who did it, but whoever that was, it was a great idea. I enjoyed the shirt. I have it and I wore it in Savannah. Then we are hosting a wellness fair also with Victoria Williams over there in our ward, in Ward 3. So we're going to have some vendors out there just to promote wellness, especially now with the students being out of school, and just overall any immunizations, information, or anything related to the school, or overall wellness. A lot of organizations have a lot of free things they want to give out and information. So health is wealth. So we'll be there. And of course, our back to school is our 5th year doing it with the radio station. These people from New York decided to come out here and bless us. So we're going to take it. We got a lot of partners. It's been growing every year. Parks and Rec has been leading this initiative, so shout out to them. We recognize them today as well. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you everybody for coming. And if y'all need anything, please feel free to reach out.
No, I'm so sorry, y'all. I just want to say I hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend. It was hot. So I stayed in the house. I didn't do anything, but I hope you all had a great weekend. Fun Fridays are back. I had to skip a month because I ran out of money, as I always do. But Fun Friday is the 3rd Friday in July up until October or November, depending on how September, October, I'm sorry, depending on the weather. But yeah, so if you haven't already, make sure you tell your neighbors and your friends to come out. We have a good time. It's all about bringing the community together to enjoy your park, your neighborhood, free of charge. So I just want to put that out there. Chat you and connect with Councilwoman Wells for this month will be July 24th, and we're going to do it at the Willie Finch Community Garden in Ward 4. And it's not just about Ward 4. Other council members are invited. If you want to invite your people, it's all about just connecting the dots. And again, everyone can't make it to the council meetings. Everyone is not tech savvy, can't go online. And so I just want to make sure the residents know that Councilwoman Wells is available. So yeah, so if you tell a neighbor to tell a neighbor and you all come out and let's connect. The community closet is coming up every 3rd Friday. The community closet is open, and I'm now doing where I do a VIP closet. It's going to be in my office. So it's kind of invading the space a little bit, but it's okay because it's for the residents. It's a VIP closet where there's still things with tags on them, brand new clothing items. Everything is good in the closet, but I just want people to feel special to come in the office, and you can only come from there, but it's open to everybody. So I just want to put that out there. So hopefully you tell a neighbor about that. And while we were speaking on Parks and Rec, Director Maxwell is not here, but I just want to say thank you so much, because a lot of times we look over Parks and Rec, like they're down here, and they really bring our community together. Parks and Rec is very vital, and Tariq is an amazing leader, and he has an amazing team. And so I just want to say thank you. So I'm partnering with Tariq Maxwell and the Parks and Rec Department to do family game night. And I'm, again, all about bringing the community together on a positive note. And so if you don't know, it's going to be on July 9th, which is very, very soon. So make sure you tell a neighbor, tell a neighbor, tell a neighbor. And you all come out, bring the kids out, and let's have a good time. I think that is it for me. Thank you all so much. I hope you all have a blessed night. Thank you.
I want to thank y'all for all being here. This is where you handle your business and, you see it gets pretty hot and heated sometime, but, I'm sorry I missed the meeting last time, but I had to take my annual sabbatical to the Florida. And, anybody knows, anybody that needs a handyman or a grass cut, I need a job because, if you haven't been to Florida lately, it's very expensive. So thank you for coming.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had one more thing, and it's on my notes. I just forgot to say it. Clerk Holiday, we went to the GMA convention this year. I think all of us was there except Councilman Mears because he had to take care of his wife. But everything was smooth. Last year, it was a little rough for us. And so Clerk Holiday, I just want to say thank you for making sure everything was smooth. We didn't have any issues with our hotels. Only thing was my booklet, and I don't think you had anything to do with that, but thank you for doing such an amazing job. I appreciate you. Thanks.
I just want to say one thing. It's kind of disturbing me a little bit, so I need to say it. A lot of times we name names in our from public comments to the dais, and I just think that's not good. Because this is a broadcast that is you can't take it back once you say something. I know I've been guilty of myself saying things related to finance, but I just want to say we just got to do better. We have, all of us, we got to do better. There are some things that can be handled personally, one on one, and then maybe collectively in executive session. But I don't want to belittle anything that anyone contributes to our city. We have professionals that are working with us from the lowest to the lowest, which we don't have the lowest, to the highest to the highest. These are people that are serving our community, and we should be respectful of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for allowing me to say something, and I appreciate that, Ms. James. And I do want to make a statement because I have served in the capacity that I've served for the last 3 weeks and have had the opportunity to work up close and personal with each member of our directorate. And it takes a lot to be able to manage the operations of the city. And so I appreciate each one of us. I want to extend a heartfelt moment of gratitude to each of the members of the executive leadership team for continuing to come to work every day under very tense circumstances. We have endured a transition that was not asked for. And I do want to call attention to that. I want to make the community aware of that and to thank you for building us up. Thank you for holding us up. Appreciate the partnership. And in the spirit of civility, then I am hopeful that we can move forward such that we are able to look back on this time and that we are able to appreciate the time that was spent, and we're able to point on achievements and contributions that have been made to be able to focus on the operational growth of the city. So I'm sorry for a lot of the hurt feelings, but I just wanted to make that statement because it's heartfelt. And I thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief of Staff. Thank you, Ms. Warrior. I don't have much. Matthews, you just shocked all of us today. And we really do wish you the best on whatever, but it's not going to be better than Forest Park. But good luck, much luck to you, much success to whatever your future endeavors are. But you could have given us a little hint. We didn't have time to even soak it in. But thank you for your service. Just want to say thank you to the Gwynn family, Gwinn, not the GWEN family. They do a large fireworks display on the 4th of July in the park. And it didn't start that large. It was in honor of the young lady's son who was killed in a car accident several years ago. So they celebrate his life every 4th of July with fireworks in the park. And I went, and wow, thousands of people. But thank you for to the police department who was there handling the traffic, keeping everybody in order. No incidences, but I tell you, there were at least 1,000 people there. The road was closed, and it was fabulous fireworks. I think the fireworks went on for at least 35 minutes that I counted, just constant. But we honor Tishawn Gwynn, her son, who passed away in a car accident several years ago, and we celebrated him on 4th of July. And you're all in our prayers always. And thank you residents for supporting as well, because I saw several of our residents there. And thank you, my Golden Girls, for coming out as well with us. But we had a good time. I couldn't stay as long as those kids could stay, but it was a really, really, really nice affair. Anything else?
I want to thank Director Savan for piggybacking off Mayor Ellison. Thank you for pushing her application. She had some trouble last year. The phone calls, you connecting in, and just making sure everything went smoothly from a business aspect for that family. And so to your whole department, because I know you had us connecting with another one of your colleagues that was there. So thank you so much for that that part there also.
Thank you. I don't think we need an executive session. We've resolved everything today.
Oh, thank you.
So is there a motion to adjourn the meeting? So moved. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned.